Welcome to the workshop. I'm just doing a workshop here inside of Zoom, and I thought I would stream on, YouTube and TikTok and just, everybody's streaming, so I thought we would stream. So, welcome. And what we're doing here today is I'm going to be talking about how to create offers, right? So, how to make offers online that people will buy from you. So, that's what we're going to be doing. All right. Can you see me okay, Kareem? Awesome. So I'm also streaming, Kareen. I'm on TikTok, I'm also on YouTube, and I'm also on X all at the same time. I've got like two microphones going here all at once, so just bear with me. I just thought I would try it, see what's going on. I just tried this new StreamYard thing, so that's what we're doing. So anyway, so how are you? Today is about doing the offers, okay? So the offer is when you're doing this, it's that thing that you're saying to the market that's going to cause them to want to buy from you, right? And so when you think about creating an offer or you think about putting something together, all you really need to figure out and understand from your people is you need to understand, what do they actually want, right? Like, what are they actually looking for? What do they actually want? And if you can get your head wrapped around that, then you can pretty much get them to do anything, because people that have what you want have your attention if you know that they have what you want. Okay. So, we were talking about yesterday, we were talking about how to actually talk about what it is that you have, right? We talked about, if you want to be talking about the outcome, the vision, like what it's worth. And when you figure out how to actually create offers, then you always can tie it back to what it is that the outcome is. So one thing you want to write down is, because of this, what can I do now, right? Because of this thing that you're offering, what can I do now? Every time you offer something, people are going, yeah, and your point is? They're like, and so what's your point? And why do I need this? And then they're like, and then if you tell them what the outcome is, if you focus more on what they could get and what it's worth, they'll go through any extreme to get it. And the next question, they'll be like, and then how long does this take? It's always like our next question, right? It's like, well, oh, that's great and everything, but how long does it take? Well, then you can start talking about that. You can start sharing about that. So when we go to create an offer, my thing that I like to do is understand this. Okay. So write this down. This is very, very important. The person creates the offer. You don't create the offer. The person does. The person that you're selling it to does. So the biggest thing that you can do to create a great offer is go asking questions and ask people, what is it that you actually want? Like, what would you actually like? What are you actually looking for? And they'll tell you. And one thing I like to do is I'll go get vidIQ, right? So vidIQ is this tool that I use with YouTube, and it allows me to basically just go to any video on YouTube, and I can go in there and I can find all the questions in a video. And this is really important because questions explain what my offer needs to be about. And if I go down into the comments of a YouTube video or a TikTok video or a Twitter comment thing, it doesn't matter. If I can find people all asking the same questions in what I'm doing, then I know that there's something going on there. There's a need that is unmet. So all our offer is something that the person said that they want, and the way you describe it back to them is by posing the same question back to them that they were asking. Does this make sense? So when you go to like explain your offer to someone and you go talking about what it is that you're going to be giving them, all you have to do truly is just explain the question back to them. You're just going to reiterate the question back to them, and then you're going to explain what it is that they're getting. And then always remember, after you explain something, you literally are going to say to yourself, and because of what I just explained, what can they do now? Because your offer means absolutely nothing until they know what they can do because of it. Now, another way that you can talk about what they can do is by talking about what they won't have to do anymore, or what they can avoid. Does that make sense? So now when we go to think about an offer, the most important thing that we need to understand is not anything that we're thinking up. See, here's what a lot of people do. When they go to create an offer that they're going to sell, this is what I did back in the day. I was like, I'd come up with like some idea in the shower. I'd be like, oh yeah, this would be great. Oh boy, I bet if I made this and presented it, I bet they would love this. If people just knew how good this thing was, God, they would love it. And then I was like, never selling anything. It didn't work. I thought that I knew what they needed. I thought that I could create something that they actually wanted. Come to find out, you have no clue, ever, always, never. Why do you think all the biggest and best companies all the time are always doing these surveys? They're always asking, well, what did you think of this? How was your experience with that? What could we do better? What can we change? Because when you know what somebody actually wants, I didn't say needs. See, we got to sell them what they want, and then we'll give them what they need. All right. And if we can't get them to understand this thing that we're sharing with them and how it actually allows their life to be better, like nobody's coming to do the work. Nobody wants to buy the work. Nobody wants to be like, God, where can I go find some work to do? I want to buy some work. Nobody wants that. But people will do any amount of work if they know what the work will get them, if they know what it's for. Right? So then if we know this to be true, then the most important thing for us to understand is what can they do now because of the thing. So when you go to create an offer, price is even irrelevant. How many people go to create an offer now and they're like, always, well, it might be too expensive. There's people that spend $1 million on a freaking watch. It's no different than my watch. It still tells the same time, doesn't it? So it's like, well, why is that? Well, because of what they can do now. What happens when somebody sees you got $1 million watch on your arm? What do they think of you? How significant do you feel? Look what I can do now. Conversations are started. Everything's great, right? People think I'm important. So that is what actually mattered. And you thought it was because you had a clock that would tell the best time. That's what a lot of people would have focused on. They're like, oh, I need to make a watch that really works good and tells the best time because that's, Now, I think it should always do what it's promised to do, right? Like if you create an offer, it should obviously do what you're offering. This is the key, right? Number one. And if you just focus on making an incredible product that actually matters to somebody, you can't. The selling part is not a problem. Like Naval Ravikant said, he's like, well, listen, if you see in society, people sell because they don't know how to market, and people market because they don't know how to build a great product. And the way you build a great product is by just reiterating back to somebody everything that they said that they wanted. Why do they want clean sheets? Why do they want a nice shirt? Why do they want to be more confident? Why do they want to lose weight? Why do they want to get better at making money? Why do they want to make money? What are they trying to do? This is what makes a great offer. Your offer, people will go nuts trying to describe the offer. People will talk about you're not talking about the product. So when you go to make an offer, the first thing that we have to write down, the first thing that we have to do is we have to gather all of the answers from the market. So we're not creating an offer. If you think that you're going to be creating an offer, then you're already off to the wrong start. You're not creating an offer. You're finding what you're going to offer. They're telling you out there what it is. You just got to bring it back to the house here. You got to bring it back inside. That's why I like vidIQ. I can pretend that I am my customer, or I can pretend that I'm the person that I'm trying to help. And then I can go out there and I can search like they're doing to solve the problem. Do you understand? So like when you have a problem, what do you end up doing? You go out looking for what? The answer. Is that right? Okay. So they do the same thing too. They go out there and they search. They're like, well, how do I make more money? How do I lose weight? How do I think better? How do I fix my relationship? How do I be a better wood carver? How do I catch more fish? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? They do the same thing you do. And so what you do is you go out there, right? You go out there and you find the videos that would pop up or the information that would pop up that you would find if you did the same thing. And then what you do is you go down in the comments, and here's the craziest thing. Everybody says, well, somebody's already offering that, so I can't offer that. I can't use that to make money because then somebody's already done that. Well, actually, here's the truth. I went out one time and I was working with a client. We were working one-to-one, and they wanted to talk about personal development. And I said, well, who is somebody right now that you wish you could be like? Or who is somebody that's known for something that you wish you could be known for? And they said, okay. And so it was the lady that has like the 5-second thing. Like in 5 seconds, you better just say like, I'm doing it. You know, Robbins, what's something Robbins, Merrill Robbins, or anyway. So we went, and she's got a book out. She's got all these things out, right? And these books have, you know, tens of thousands of reviews, 5-star reviews, best book you ever seen. Right? All these people are saying all these great things. You know what I did? I went and grabbed that book. We went to Amazon. We pulled up all the reviews, right? We pulled up all the reviews. And in all of the reviews, I took them and I grabbed every single one of them that I could grab in like a dragging of the mouse, copy and paste type of way. I took it over to ChatGPT. I stuck it in ChatGPT and I said, based off all of these reviews and all of these comments, I took the most positive ones. I took all of them. The 5-star, the 4, 3, 2, 1, all of the reviews. I stuck them in ChatGPT and I said this. I said, hey, based off all these reviews of this amazing book that's sold millions of copies, Mel Robbins, thank you. It was Mel Robbins, pardon me. Okay, so I said, I took all the reviews, 1-star, 5-star, all of them. I put them all together. I stuck them in ChatGPT and I said, hey, based off all these comments, all these reviews, what is everybody saying that is still missing? And it's amazing. So what happened was we found this perfect wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. We're not going to do that. But you can offer somebody that the most famous people are offering, because nothing is perfect and there's always something wrong with everything because nothing's perfect. So we went and we found all the cracks in the wheel. People were like, I love her stuff. It's a great book, but I wish she would have boom, 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 boom. Guess what you can talk about? Instead of trying to talk trash on somebody else's product, you could offer something as a supplement. Now, do you care why the people, like if 1,000 people were giving you $49 a month, they joined your community for $49 a month, 1,000 people, there's billions of people on the internet. And if 1,000 people joined your community at $49 a piece or $1.50 a day, that's $49,000 per month. That's a shitload of money, right? Holy crap. What would you do with all that? How would that change your life? Imagine what that'd be like. And you know, next month it's going to be there because not everybody leaves the apartment complex at once, do they? So now here's the thing. All you're doing is you're saying, I found this book by Mel Robbins. It's absolutely phenomenal. The 5-star reviews that I've seen from this book are outrageous. She talks about how to be more confident. She talks about how to have a better life, how to make decisions. It's unbelievable. But what I did was, because I'm very excited about this, I want to be known for helping people become more confident as well. Maybe that's what you're saying to yourself. But how could I ever compete? Well, you only have competition if you're competing. So don't compete. Here's what you do. You get inside the book with them. You say this, you say, I did what was real. I didn't make anything up. I'm not trying to screw anybody over. What I did was I went to all the books that I could find on confidence. There's amazing people out there talking about confidence. And what I did is I used this super smart tool, this super magnificent thing called AI that we can't avoid anymore, right? It's a tool, just like a calculator is a tool, right? And so I went out and I found all these reviews on all these books. And what I found was there's 5 things that everybody kept saying they were missing. So what I did is I created a community and a product that gives you those 5 things that we're missing. And so I encourage you, go buy those books. They're amazing. You should see the reviews. It's unbelievable. But if you want what most people said are missing, the crack in the wheel that I'm going to fill the void. I'm going to fix the wheel. If you want that, well, come over to my community. I can help you with that. That's what I got good at helping people with. So now, instead of throwing stones, you're throwing gratefulness and care and love because of what they did, pioneering this journey and pioneering this thing, you were able to find out what was missing still. And if you ever run into somebody who says that they've covered everything and they've got all the things figured out and everything, I'd run the other way because nothing's perfect. And because of that, we have opportunity. Instead of thinking nothing's perfect, so that sucks, how about nothing's perfect, so that's opportunity? So if you want to make an offer, you go find out what is everybody still saying about this great thing that's already in existence. You know, Elon Musk, he's made billions of dollars with Tesla. Was it because nobody's ever created an electric car before? No, people have done that. Was it because somebody already created a car? Yeah, people already created a car. How did he come in here and win? He found out what was missing, and that was his offer. That's how he made it better. So imagine what happens when you become the missing link that people need on something that's already great out there. Well, look at Elon Musk. Look what it did to him. Made him the richest person in the world for a while. Made him a billionaire. And imagine all you need is 1,000 people to join your community, and you'll be in the top 1% of wealthy people. Did you know that if you're making around $60,000 per month in the United States, you're considered ultra wealthy? You're considered in the top 1% of wealth. And you know what? What if you sold a community product? Think about it as like a country club that somebody could join to come get help from you. Okay. If you want an example of this, you can check mine out. Okay. You can go to my links. You can find me. Just go to skool.com just Google make once. Okay. Like on my hat. Right now, if you had a community and you had gotten 1,000 people to join for $63, so a little over $2 a day, how many times have you spent $2 on absolutely nothing? Right? On crap. Okay. But if you had 1,000 people give you $2 a day, you would be considered ultra wealthy in the United States. Does that make sense? And that'd be a recurring revenue. And all you had to do then, once those people paid you the $2 per day, $2 a day, you can't even buy an energy drink for $2. And people buy like 2 of these a day. I know somebody that does. So think about this, okay? About every morning at the QT, I spend about $9. Okay. I get my little habit figured out. Okay. I've got my little fast twitch. I get my little water, $9 a day. That's like almost $300 a month on bullshit, right? Okay. So now you're asking somebody the question, hey, I seen you had this question and I seen that people were, wanting to know this thing. I used the smartest technology in the world to figure out what was still missing, what was still wrong with this confidence stuff. And you can still do this right now. And I went out there, I took the information like you would do, like Elon Musk did. You take the information and you'd say, okay, well, all of these people still have these 5 questions, even after reading the best books, even after going through the best products, even after doing the best things, and they were still having these 5 problems. So what I did was I put this together. Let me ask you this, and you read back the 5 things that you see in most common in all of these things, and guess what they would probably say? Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I feel the same way. That's exactly, matter of fact, you read my mind. And then you say, well, listen, I don't know, how serious you are about getting it started. I'm not here to convince you to buy my thing. But what I am here to say is Imagine what it would be like if you could fix those 5 things. What would be different in your life if you could actually fix those 5 things? And I just want to thank the people that, created these great books. Now you're actually being cool. Instead of trying to beat somebody and take them down, why not say thank you so much for helping me find this? Because of your awesomeness, I was able to discover this other thing. Appreciate you. Now I've got 1,000 people out of the 4-point-something billion that are on the internet. I've got 1,000 of the people, and I want so many more because I just want to help people, because that's how you make money, right? You solve problems for people. I just want to help people. And I really appreciate these books. But what I found was this. And so I created this thing to fill those voids, to fix this thing, to make it's a completely different way of going about it. It's a completely new vehicle. It's a completely new thing. And I have it ready for you. It's inside of my community. I help you. I go live. Okay. Just like I'm doing right now. I'm doing what I said you should do. And you're here. It must work. Unless you're not here. I mean, unless I'm, So we do this, and it's like, listen, for the price of an energy drink or less each day, I'll help you fix these 5 things. Okay. I'll help you fix these 2 things. I'll help you fix this. But now, because you can touch the whole world, because we have this internet stuff, and you can find the problems that are already in existence out there, you can create an offer that actually fixes this. Right? And now you actually matter. And then if you go out there and share why this thing that you created mattered by just talking about what happened and why you want to be known for it, and you start sharing what is possible because of you creating this thing, what can I do now? Does that make sense? Now you've got an offer. You don't have to charge a lot for it, because 1,000 people giving you any amount of money each month is going to help. What if 1,000 people gave you $5 a month? That's like pennies per day, but to you, that's $5,000 a month, isn't it? And then guess what? The moment you solve one problem, you have another problem. Okay. Imagine this. Imagine you're fat. You want to get skinny and get abs, right? So you get skinny and get abs. You got abs that when you take your shirt off, people are like, whoa, look at them babies. They like them so much. Now what problem do you have? Well, you got to get new clothes, number one. Okay. You also now have to figure out how to get rid of all these people that want to touch you because you're so sexy looking. Now, how do you deal with this? How do you go about your life now with all these problems? Well, I'm glad you're here. I'll help you with the next one. So the moment you solve a problem, if you create a community, if you sell digital products, if you help people by speaking, you can make money in 2 ways. You can fight the clock and lift heavy stuff and do things you don't like, or you can learn to speak and inspire and change the person's vision and direction of what they can do with their life. And guess what will happen? You can just completely touch anybody that has a brain. You probably won't find too many people without one. It's kind of an important asset, So here's the thing. If you can just understand this, you will start to see the world completely different. Instead of seeing the world full of problems, you can see it full of opportunities. Instead of seeing all these things out there that you would think is competing with you, you can look at all those things as like, let me get my gold pick and shovel. I'm going to go over there and do some mining. Holy crap, because nothing's perfect and I can find something missing here that I can fix. Promise you. Have you ever heard that saying, we don't make movies, we make movies better? We don't make skateboards, we make skateboards better. Instead of those saying that you're just making it better, why not just say, I've created a completely different skateboard. We noticed that skateboards were missing all these important elements, so we put this in there. Now you're selling skateboards. So an entrepreneur doesn't go through life looking for all the things that suck and that are broken and they just problem. No, they're looking for the opportunity in things that are already getting the attention from people. It's pretty simple. You go to an amusement park, you can find out real quick which ride's the funnest one, right? Because there's a big ass line. So really, if you think about it, wow, opportunities are easy to find. Go on Amazon. What has the most reviews? What has the most things? Most people will look at that and their vision will tell them, I can't compete with that. Yeah. Well, you shouldn't be competing with anybody. Peter Thiel said this. Okay. He was one of the billionaires alongside Elon Musk with PayPal and all that stuff. He said, you're only competing with people if you're competing with people. Don't compete. Instead, be glad they created that. I bet Elon Musk is so happy that NASA and the Russians and all these people created rockets, because then he was able to go create a better rocket, a completely different looking rocket. It operates almost like all those rockets. It's just a different vehicle all in of itself. It looks different. It sounds different. It performs differently. And only because somebody else already created an incredible piece of equipment. You could do the same thing. Forever and always, this will always be true because nothing's perfect. Somebody started making steakhouse. Next guy was like, yeah, everybody, yeah, I love the steakhouse, good steaks, but the lighting in there, I don't know, it's so freaking weird. So somebody's like, well, I'll fix the lighting. I'll make it real cozy and cool in here. Yeah, it was a great place. The lighting's great. The food's fantastic, but the waiters and waitresses, my God, it's like, did a scary movie set get off, So we'll make ours look really attractive and nice, you know? And so you see, it's you're not competing with anybody. You can offer anything that you want. Get excited about whatever you want to get excited about. And you can find the answer. You're not creating an offer. You're discovering, you're finding the offer. All the tools that you need are just laying out in front of you. There's opportunity all over the place. And then the next thing that you have to do is actually just do it, right? And that's the reason why I created mine, Make Once Pro, is so that the doing part, the part that you had to get in there and do in those things, I just took all the steps away. I took all of the stuff that's difficult away. And that's unneeded. There's a lot of things that are unneeded. So I just stripped it of that. I created a place where you can feel safe to ask questions. And I tell you this in hopes that you see how you could do it for yourself. Like you can create the same kind of community this way. Okay. So does that help with the offers thing? What's the biggest thing that you took away from how to create an offer from that? What will you do different? How do you think about offers differently now? Is that a different way of thinking about offers than you've ever heard? So how are you going to create your offer? What's the first step you're going to take? What do you have to find? Yeah, research. That's the first, because you're looking, remember, you're going to find your offer. You're not going to create it. Your people create it. The people out there will create it they're creating it for you. Remember, we don't, a business doesn't show. Have you ever heard that thing? It's like, if you build it, they will come. Well, no, they won't. Okay. No, they won't. They might come if you go out there yamming on about it, but they probably won't come for very long if it's not something that they already wanted or needed, right? So what a great entrepreneur does is they don't think up some idea in the shower. They go out there and they listen and they look and they research and they're like, oh, I want to find a problem that's already in existence. I want to find something that people are already looking for and flocking to. Then what I want to do is I want to figure out what everybody is saying is missing or what's wrong, and I want to fix those things. And I'm going to repackage it and make it something brand new and real good based off what they actually want. And then instead of being some, slickery dickory dock salesperson, as again, remember, this is where it starts to make sense what Naval Ravikant said, right? He's this angel investor, multimillionaire guy, okay, all this stuff. People sell because they don't know how to market, and people market because they don't know how to build a product. And so if you build a great product based off what the market's telling you they want and need, you don't have to sell it. You just need to go out there and let people know that you made it for them. And then if you share it with them, you always got to remember that they're always going to say, well, because of this thing you made, what can I do now? Why you? So what questions do you have? I'm going to wrap it up here. We've got a little bit of time to wrap it up. Now, every day we've got live events going on. If you want to sell stuff, you should create events. People don't go to nothing. They go to events. Where can we go to see you? Where can we come to check you out? What's the event that I can go to? Look what events did to Taylor Swift. Look what events do to everybody. How can we get to know you if we can't go somewhere to get to know you? How can we understand that you made the thing that we're looking for if you don't have anything for us to look at? And just focus on, I mean, what if 10 people gave you $49 a month? What would $490 residual coming in each month help you with? What could you afford differently? What would be nicer in your life? How much breath could you take different? What about 100? And there's literally over 4 billion people that have access to the internet, and all you need is 1,000 people. If you've went over, so somebody said, I went to your free community and checked the calendar, but I could not get registered. Yeah, you have to come inside the building. So you have to join as a free member. Once you get inside the building, there's a register booth in there. All right. It's called the calendar. It opens up for you. All kinds of stuff does. You join the community, the calendars open up, but you've got to, once you join the community, you come in there and say, hi, my name is so-and-so. And then you get enough points to unlock the calendar. Then you can get in here and you can find out how to make money every single day. You got to have events, people, that they can come to. Do you go to events? Are you at an event right now? There's no way you could be here at this event if I wasn't having one. You join the free community. Well, you probably just haven't been let in yet. Let me go let you in. Well, let's head over there. Now, how on earth are people wanting into my thing here? It's so crazy. It's so crazy. So they said, I've joined the community. Well, did you go introduce yourself like it says to do? You know, there's things that we have to do. To go to the restroom, you have to go there. You have to walk inside. There's instructions. You got to sit down. You got to do these things, right? It's very simple stuff. If you can't figure that out, well, then you probably don't need to be in there. Oh, so I have to introduce myself within the community first. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. We want to know who you are. If you're going to be in our community, we need to know who you are. We want to talk to you. We want to help you. I'm doing this stuff and I'm sharing this with you because this is what you can do too. If you're doing it, why wouldn't your people do it? I'm not saying anything special here. I didn't come up with any of this stuff. I was not born with this stuff. Somebody else said it and I believed it. And now I'm sharing it with you. Teach a person how to fish. Okay? Yep, you got it. That's right. So all of your questions as to like, well, how do I grow my business? How do I sell my product? How do I make a product that people want to buy? Well, you make something that people want. Well, how do I know what they want? Well, you go out where they are and you see what they're asking for. This isn't complicated. How do you ever find out what somebody wants? How does the waiter find out what you want to eat? They come by, they give you the menu. Have a seat. Welcome to my event. Take a seat. Here's our menu. What would you like? How would you like it cooked? Can we get you anything else? It changes the way we think about it, doesn't it? It makes it really different, doesn't it? It's so much more simple when you think about it like this. Now, just imagine you go out there, whatever it is that you want to get into. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how weird it is. Doesn't matter anything, right? You go out there and you start pretending that you're this person that is trying to fix this thing, right? Because we only get paid when we solve problems, right? Okay. So again, we go out there, we're searching. We're like, well, what would I be doing? What would I search if I was looking to solve this problem? Okay. So when you do that, things pop up. You act like them and you just click on the thing that's most interesting, like what you would do, what they would do. And then you go down and you listen. Entrepreneurs listen. And if you can hear enough people talking about the same thing or asking the same thing, what does this tell you? Just using common sense, that people, they want to fix that. You don't ask questions unless you want to know. So if you do that, then your job is to bring together the resources. You don't even have to be the one with the answers. You just need to find the answers and get it to them, however you do that. That's not the most important thing, is that they came to you for the answer and you actually had it. They don't care if it's you. If you're dying from cancer, terminal brain cancer, and you have 30 minutes left to live, do you care how the answer comes? Like the solution, the cure? Like, you don't care if that person created it? You don't care if they got it from somebody and gave it to you? You don't care where it came from. You just want the result. You want the answer. So don't forget that. Don't sit there and say to yourself, well, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. That's not the question. Who does know, and how can I bring them over here? Or who has the answer that I can fix? Or, your customer, your person it's all about them. They're always right, because it's about them, what they want. And they'll tell you. Just ask. You want to know something from somebody? Just ask them. People love to tell you their problems. I didn't even ask, and you're telling me, so it's like, okay. So does this help you make offers? Does this help a little bit? Good. That's good. Yeah. If you want, like I said, if you want more, if you like, this is free stuff. Okay. So just imagine like what the paid stuff is like. Right. I'm what's neat about what I do, since I help you make money online, right, is most likely the reason you're listening is because you want to do the same thing. And so if you just watch what I'm doing and you model it, it's kind of like if you want to play basketball and you want to be good at it, what would probably be the smartest thing to do? Probably go hang out with somebody that's really good at it and just kind of like try to move like they do and try to like kind of, right? Like, what are they doing? Right. You can learn just as much by just watching the person that's doing what you're doing, and you can do that too. But sometimes you don't always see what they're doing behind the scenes. And that's why, if they do have an opportunity where you can do that and you can get closer with them and you can get more involved with what's going on behind the scenes, it just helps you get there faster. It's easier. It's absolutely more fun. Most time you save money. And then just imagine like being able to work from your computer and actually help people. Like, you actually are, like, what you're doing actually matters. And guess what? It wasn't because you were a genius. It was because you were able to go, use these ears and eyes and all that and go find the problem. What are they still saying about it? How can you make it better? And you don't just put it in the same clothes as the other person. You put them in all new clothes. It's so funny. A brand new car will come out that nobody's ever seen before, right? But if you strip away all the stuff on top, it's still just wheels and a motor. Like, all the stuff's still there. They just, they changed the appearance of it. So nobody wants to buy the same vehicle. They want to buy a new vehicle. Nobody doesn't want the old one just improved a little bit. They want a whole new thing that operates completely different. It doesn't mean that you change all this stuff that is magnificently crazy. It just means that you filled in the cracks, you fixed where there's still cracks in the other thing, you put a new pair of pants on it, and you sent it out there, and you called it something different. It's still helping people. It's still changing lives. It's still making an impact. And instead of, needing to ask people for all this money, why don't you just focus on helping people and just focus on, how can I help one more person? How can I help one more person? How can I help one more person? Because pretty soon those persons add up. I bet if you worked all year long, just imagine this. Let's just say you charged $1.50 a day, or 49 bucks a month, I mean. And every day you just got one more person that had the problem that you could solve to join your community. Did you know By the end of the year, that would be 17,400 or something odd dollars. Let's just call it $17,000 per month in recurring revenue. I mean, I really want you to think about this, like what I said, because that's just being normal in that way, right? Like one person, one customer a day that pays a 49 a month. Think about this. What happens when you have $17,000 a month in recurring revenue coming in? What changes in your world? Truly, like what can you do that you can't do now? Where could you go? How could you support somebody? Help them? Could you change the quality of your living situation? Could you go to the store without having to look at your account first to see if there's enough? What does the stress of that going away feel like? How would you present yourself different in the world? And and what would it feel like knowing that the reason you have that is because you're actually helping other people have a better life? What a deal. What an amazing deal. So if you want help with that, you know where to get some more help. You can just, there's links all over the place. Okay. What questions do you have? I want to help you. Certainly you have a question or two. No questions? No questions. Okay. Well, good. I guess I covered the bases then, huh? Stuck at work. I got you. Imagine not being stuck someplace. I'm serious. I mean, that's the whole reason why I did this. The whole reason why I do what I do, the whole reason is because life sucks without money. People do drugs and drink alcohol and act and become assholes and pricks because they don't have money. People kill people because they don't have money. So I look at the cause of all these terrible things and I'm like, well, shoot, maybe we should work on that. Maybe we should help people get money. They wouldn't drink so much. Maybe if we can help people get some money, they wouldn't do so much. They wouldn't do all these bad things. They wouldn't be mean to each other. Everybody's trying to fix world peace and all this shit. Why don't we help people get some money? I would fight with the people I love the most because there was no money. I would get down on myself and be sad and not believe in myself because I didn't have money. I couldn't pay my bills, so I felt like shit. I was driving a shitty car. I was wearing shitty clothes. I was in shitty places. I couldn't hang out with people that could educate me better because I didn't have the money. Yeah, of course you can do that. Ryan says, can you use your own affiliate link for Skool to set up the second Skool account to have a free one and a paid one? Yeah, absolutely. I did. Makes sense to me. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do it. That's what I wanted to be known for. The guy that helped people, because it helps you in ways you don't even know. like you, if you have money, you can be more creative. You can make more impact. You can sleep better. You can get in better health. You can show up places looking better, smelling better. You can arrive in a safer car that's sexier looking. You're more happier. Can I screenshot your board behind you? Like, haven't even talked about the board. Maybe. I mean, go ahead. You try. There you go. Think, do it quick. But this, what are you going to be known for? Create that offer. My light and phone holder thing just broke. Which one do you use? Well, I have a little square light thing. You don't even want to see my phone and camera holder here. I've got like look at it. I've got two microphones, like I'm like some kind of speaker at the White House or something. Um, I've got, I mean, just you can use any light really. I like these little lights here. Let me see. I've got, these are some of the things that I use here. So I've got like this little thing, this light. I put it on this. It is, here, you might be able to see it. You just screenshot and then zoom in later. This thing works really good. I like it. It recharges. It's made of metal. And then I use something like this to hold like my phones. That little mirror is so I can use my good cameras on my phone and still see the screen behind it. All this stuff is on Amazon. I should probably be restricted from Amazon. I like toys. But all you really need is a window with light coming in it or just a lamp. And then you can use whatever. I like things like this too, like these little things. This is from Joby. I like these. They got like these little clamps on here. You can just clamp things down. I mean, tools. Have you ever tried to work on a car with your bare hands? So it's like you're trying to build something here. You need tools. You could be an affiliate for Amazon. Yeah, you can. Could just use back camera and mirror to smart TV. Yeah, you could do that too. Whiteboard game is weak. Yeah. Well, it's probably because I'm not using it. So yeah. So what does anybody have any questions about? I got about 10 minutes here. I said I'd go an hour, at these workshops. I want to help you answer questions. Is there any questions you guys have about making an offer? Well, it's only black for now, okay? And I've got like these little cool lights back here that you can't see and all this stuff. Got all kinds of crazy going on here. I don't think the background's the important part. If you're worried about the background, then I think we need to worry about that's probably the problem. So, what questions do you guys have? Add copy conversions. Is that what? That's not a. Is that a question? Add copy conversions? Sorry, I'm getting. So to create one offer. Yeah, if you can't create one offer, how are you going to create two? Makes sense, right? If you can't create one offer, why are you trying to create two? You just keep it simple. Writing ad copy to convert to customers. Writing ad copy to convert to customers. Is that a question or is that what you're doing? You see what I'm saying? Questions. You got to ask the right questions. No questions? You guys are pretty smart. Pretty smart. How to make the final decision on your offer. I go between numerous ones in my head all of the time. Well, what would you have to hear or what would have to happen so that you knew the offer was the offer you should choose? If you create an offer, the way you know what offer to go with is you go out there and you start sharing. You start explaining to people what this offer can do for them and why you created it and how you come up with it. And then the market will say no or yes. If they say yes, you know which offer. If they say no, you need to fix the offer. Can I place my offer in ClickFunnels as a landing page? course you can. Or can I use ClickFunnels as my stand store? Of course you can. You can get to the event using a truck, a car. The important thing is that you get there. Doesn't matter what you use. There's a million different things you can use. What's important is, can you put the information on the page, and can you collect money if somebody wants to buy the thing that you made? Isn't that the most important thing? We're asking the questions. You already know that you can make money with ClickFunnels. That's what it's for. That's why they exist, right? Doesn't matter what you use. Use something that is easy for you. People ask questions about the offer, and that makes your modules. That's right. I have it, but then I'm moving to schools. You prefer Stripe. Yeah, I love Stripe. That's how I like Stripe to do my transactions, and I like Skool because I like people to be inside of a community where they can interact with each other, and I like just having everything all in one place. It's more simple for me, and for me, I don't want to be bogged down with technology. I want to be bogged down with making a product better, because I know if my product is great, then everything else is easier. It's kind of like sometimes if you're thinking about what to do that day, if you wrote everything down that you need to do, there's one item on the list that if that was completed and gotten done, every other item on the list would be less important, or it wouldn't be important. Always find the thing that moves the needle the most. Find every day, do that one thing that makes everything else not a problem anymore. Do I start marketing before creating my offer so I know what the market is looking for? I think you know the answer to that question. If you replace the word marketing with education, then we read your question again. Do I start educating people before creating my offer so I know what the market is looking for? So I know what people are looking for? You know the answer to that. You know it's yes. You should be out there sharing what it is that you're doing. Take people on the journey. Think about it. If you've seen a picture, right? I was going to sell you this picture. Okay. If I had a picture here, okay, I'm selling you this picture. If I was going to sell you this picture right here, would it be more valuable if you were able to be with me in the process of creating it? If you watched me work and create the picture, and you seen me like focusing and working hard on it, and I was sharing with you what I was creating in the process and why I'm creating it and what you'll be able to experience when it's done, because that's what brings value, right? When you see what went into it, it'll make it 100 times easier for you to sell something. That's right. Here's something interesting. You can't make something better that doesn't exist. So you have to create something to make it better. What if you created your entire product? What if you created your entire product and you didn't show it to anybody? Like what I'm saying is, what if you just put up your video today? Like you put up your phone, okay? You put up your phone, right? This is a phone, and you set it up on a tripod by yourself in private, okay? Lock the doors, okay? Close the blinds, don't let anybody see you, all right? And you just sat there and you created the whole thing. You didn't use notes. You didn't do anything. You said there's 5 steps to this, and you just created it. And you didn't show it to anybody. Nobody could make fun of you. Nobody could judge you. But you just created the whole thing. You said, I'm going to practice. And you created the whole thing so you would have something to make better. Nothing comes out perfect or ever becomes perfect. Thank goodness. That gives us opportunity. But what if you created the whole thing so that you would have something to edit? You can't make something better that does not exist. So if we know this to be true, what is stopping you from creating something in your own little world here that you can look at? Are you afraid to look at your own picture? Nobody sees the picture but you. And if you're afraid of your own picture, then the problem isn't the picture or creating it. It's the thing that's trying to do that, and that would be you. You're afraid of your own idea. You're afraid of yourself. Why are you afraid of yourself? So just create it. Create it all today. Tell yourself, I can only make my course videos 5 minutes long. There's a start now one. Okay. Then there's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. I wouldn't make it more than 10 steps. Honestly, I mean, let me ask you a question. If you could solve a problem in 5 steps instead of 10 steps, would that be better? What if it was just 1 step? Oh, but Mike, nobody values that. If the dentist could fix your tooth in 30 seconds versus 30 minutes, would you pay them a little bit more? Of course. So it's not about how big it is. It's not about how deep it is, and it's not about anything. Give me the answer in the least amount of steps as possible. Give me the answer without me having to go through a bunch of baloney. Just tell me the answer as fast as you can with the least amount of work. And you can practice this. Did you know that athletes and everybody else on the planet that's doing something successful that you look up to or that you know about, did you know that they practiced? You're too scared to even practice. Now, there's a problem. Why are you so scared to practice? You don't have to show it to nobody. Nobody sees you when you take a shower. Nobody sees you when you're getting ready in the morning, but you do that. You might even put the wrong shirt on, but at least you would know it's the wrong shirt because you can look in the mirror at something. You can't edit no thing. Make something to edit. This is the only way you can get better at it. You gotta try it one time. I didn't say you had to show everybody right away. And quit thinking about it. Matter of fact, just take that away. If you overthink everything, then take thinking away from it. If you overthink everything, just take thinking out of it. You can't use notes. You can't use a slideshow. You can't use fancy anything. You can't do nothing. You can just turn the video on and record. That's all you can do. You don't get to do anything else. I won't let you. You can't do it. It's illegal. And right now, if somebody says that you will have to spend the rest of your life walking around naked unless you get it done today, your ass would get it done, I bet, right? So here's the thing that you got to do. You just need to create it today. Make it the ugliest thing you ever, that's your goal. How ugly and bad can I make this thing? That'll just show people how good I am at editing. So listen, make the ugliest, dumbest thing. Don't even make any sense. Just say, okay, step 1, you need to believe in yourself. And the way you do that is, well, I don't even know. Let me see here. Let's think. I don't know. Anyway, so the next step is just do that. And then you can go back and be like, wow, holy shit. Like, I need to fix that. Oh, what an opportunity. Did you know everything that you see started out as like a block of clay? And they're like carving it down. They're like, nobody's going to drive that. We got to make it smoother. Okay. But you can't edit nothing. You'll never get it done. It doesn't come out perfect. So until you're willing to look silly to yourself, until you're willing to make something, even if it's a minute long. What if you made 10 1-minute videos? That was your course. And you could edit it, and maybe it needs to be 2 minutes long. And you found out on accident that you could actually solve their problem in 10 1-minute videos. And they are cheering because they're like, holy shit, instead of 10 days and 10 hours and all these slides that just confuse me, I won't remember any of them anyway. In 10 minutes, I could have my answer. Holy shit, how valuable is that? Guess what you can say now out there on the market? Guys, you ain't going to believe what I created. I was trying to make my thing. I couldn't do it. I was having a hell of a time. I was like, shit, how do I fix this? And so I was like, I got so frustrated. I got so tired of being scared of myself that I just turned on my damn camera and I created this thing. And you know what? I was like, just so amazed, because when I got done, I realized that in 10 minutes, I was able to solve the problem. And guess what? If you have this problem and you read their question back to them that you found, then in less than 10 minutes, I can solve it for you. What would that be like? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you learned how to make money online, if in 10 minutes and it actually worked? What would you do with that? What would you do if you knew in 10 minutes, you knew exactly how to make money online? You knew exactly how to create content. You knew exactly what to do. And it only took you 10 minutes, but you were still able to build a paid community or make something that would create, tens of thousands of dollars for you each month because you were passionate about a thing and you were helping people with it. Can you imagine what would that do? And it's only 10 minutes long. Can you imagine who's doing that? Who's got the 10-minute version, huh? Have you ever heard that thing, 10-minute abs? If you could get abs in 5 minutes, would you do it? Holy shit. Some people would give up a toe or some shit for that. Here, you're over here worried about how long it's got to be. You're worried. Hell, you're scared to look at your own thing. Took all the mirrors down in my house. Can't stand it. Who gives a crap? They don't even care anyway. If you are dying of terminal brain cancer and this ugly, slothy, drooling, smelly thing with a foot sewn to its head, gnarling and snarling, came by and they're like, I have the pill. You take it and everything goes away. You're perfectly solved. Would you care that it was coming from some snarling, goobly, smelly thing? No, hell no. You'd be like, give me a goddamn. All right, thank you. That's all you care about. And you're worried about all these things. They just want the answer. Pros and cons of offering a free course as a primer to sell a course with 3 different prices. Well, first off, if you walk into an establishment, let's imagine that you're single. You're not in a relationship or anything. This is just for an example to make a point. If you walk up to somebody and you're like, hi, my name is Mike. Want to have a baby? They're like, get out of here. What the hell's wrong with you? Now, if you walked up to them and you said, hey, you know what? I love your shirt. Can I buy you a sandwich? Can I buy you a drink? God, I could see your hair glistening off the chandelier from over here. I thought, I got to meet this person. And you buy him a sandwich. And you go, so what do you do here? I noticed you drove up in this nice car. What do you do? Oh. And then you're like, want to play darts? What's the better chance of you getting a baby? Option A, hi, buy my stuff. Or B, let me show you that I'm a nice, trusting, valuable, good person that cares about you first. Of course that would be better, right? So don't you think it's important to do free events? Have you ever been to a free event? Does it help you? Where are you right now? I didn't make you pay for this. It is an event. Does it help you? Do you think different of me now? They're going to think different of you too. Have events. People go to events. They don't go to nothing. How are they going to know? How are they going to learn about what you have and why it matters and what they can do with it afterwards? How are they going to know? You could have the best ideas in the world. You could have the neatest product ever. You could be the best at everything. But if we don't even know who you are because you're too scared to even look at your own thing, think about it. What are you waiting for? Matter of fact, the faster you get the damn thing created, the faster you can fix it, the faster you can make it better, the faster it starts selling. Or you can wait. Listen, if you want it to take longer, just take longer. Keep thinking about it. keep keep telling yourself you can't do it. Right? You can fucking drive a car and have a kid and slap your wife and yell at your children and freaking do all this other horse shit, drink poison, run around, make pictures, talk about how cool you are, but you can't make a video. Are you kidding me? Of course you can. I don't think I could sell a course. You're right. Shit. You're saying you came up with that, not me. I'm scared. I fully admit it. No, I do not want it to take any longer than it already has. Well, then guess what? Today's the day. Or start tomorrow. And then tomorrow, just you better think about it longer, start tomorrow. Or you could create it today and be scared the whole time in your office by yourself. Here's the thing. Take one of these or something like this, or find a box or something. This is a tripod, okay? Take one of these, put your camera in it, and then put it on 10 second, where you got 10 seconds, and then it'll, like you're taking a picture with a group and we don't have anybody to hold it for you. So you put it on 10-second thing. Go set it across the room and then hurry back over to your desk and sit there and pretend you're on your computer, okay? And then after it takes the picture, I want you to go look at it. And I want you to say, that person in that picture is scared to sit at that desk and talk to a plastic looking eyeball thingy and talking to a little fuzzy microphone thingy, and look at it themselves afterwards and think and be like, look at that person over there. Look how scary it is. They're sitting by that desk, by that camera thing. Think about it. What are you scared of? What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Nothing. You don't have to share it with anybody. You do a lot of things that nobody knows. You can do this too. You will never know how to make it good enough if you can't see it. What are the most effective ways to market a Facebook group and grow the community quickly? The most effective way is to show up every single day where people are. Where are you right now? Are you on social media? Are you on the internet? Do you think other people are like you? How are you learning about what you're learning about right now? What am I doing? I think the most effective way to educate people today, unless you're going to go door to door, get on the radio, write a piece of paper and mail it to them, draw a picture of whatever you're talking about and send it to them. If you're not going to do any of those things, I'd say the best way to market anything or educate anything would probably be just, I mean, me personally, I think I would just probably get on the internet and talk about it. I'd share with people what I want to be known for and why I'm doing something and why it matters to them. And I would share with them what they can do once they have it and what we do in there. What do you do in there? Does that make sense to you? It seems like a good idea, doesn't it? And do you think that they would learn more about it if you did it every 2 to 3 days, once a day? Or do you think they'd learn about it faster if you shared like 3 or 4 things a day, every day? Do you think you'd get better at making baskets if you shot one basket once a week one time? Or do you think you'd get better if you shot 10 a day, every day? What do you think would work better? Best place to build a group without worrying of losing everything because Facebook deletes your account. I would go to Skool, Skool. Okay. Go to Skool. Okay. Or go here and I'll show you how to do it. Just Google Skool or Google Make Once. Just Google me. You should be able to say that to people. Just Google me. I'm very scared. I'm 50, was laid off from corporate America after 25 years and don't have money to lose. Well, the great thing about this is you can start without any money. It's free to start a school. You get 14 days to get your ass in gear. You can put content. You can put content on the internet for free. If you have the ability to see me right now, you have the equipment to do it. The only thing that you need to be scared of is being scared of not doing something. You should be scared of the fact that you're going to prepare, to think about, to overthink about, to prepare, to overthink, to think about, prepare, to think a ta. That's what you should be scared of. You should be scared of the fact that you're going to be so scared of yourself that you won't do something. That's what you should be scared of. Man, I think I'm in love with your nose. Well, who would have thought? My nose. See? Somebody fell in love with my nose because it's out here, nosing around, being nosy. I'm just saying you can do it. Here's what you got to ask yourself. I want you to write down right now. You got to answer this question if you're serious about doing this online business thing, okay? What do I want to be known for? And why? And remember, it can change, okay? I don't know if you've noticed this, but things change. Seems like almost everything does, doesn't it? Give it enough time, it will change, okay? So the thing you've got to realize is it's going to. You can't beat it. So just understand it's okay. And then say, what do I want to be known for? And even if you don't pick the right thing right now, that's okay. Because you'll figure that out as you go. Okay. But at least you have a starting point, kind of like you can't edit no thing. You can't fix nothing. You can fix something. So you better pick something so that you can fix it later, because you're going to have to fix it. So if these things are all true, you're trying to avoid something that's true. So, okay. So what do you want to be known for? This is the most important thing, because you got to be known for something, don't you? And then once you figure out what you want to be known for, the next question is why do you want to be known for that? What happened? You just answer those questions. What do I want to be known for? I want to be known for helping people make money. Why, Mike? Well, because the only fight and the negative crap that ever happened in my life, it was literally because of a money problem. I didn't have the money. And so I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fight with another person because of the money. We don't even want to fight with each other, but we're fighting with each other because we don't have money. This is stupid. We should fix that. So I want to fix that. Why the internet, Mike? Because the internet goes everywhere. I didn't want to have to be stuck somewhere and make money. I wanted to be able to go anywhere and make money. Okay, that makes sense. So, and what happened? Well, what happened was I had all this shitty stuff happen to me and I was fed up with it. So I started learning how to make money. And it took me a long time. It took me a lot of time. I was struggling. It was a piece of shit time. Like, it sucked. But at the same time, looking back now, it's kind of neat. I got this cool story I can share with you. But I want to help you overcome that. That's my big thing. What do you want to be known for? So now every time I go out there, I can talk about what I want to be known for, and I can share with people because of them hanging out with me and joining my paid program, which is literally the price of a dinner out with your significant other or a pair of new shoes. Okay. It's like literally it's like $4 a day. Okay. So you could buy an energy drink, or you can come over here and figure out how to make enough money to buy the energy drink building, So I'm literally just out here doing this, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to do it. And I'm out there and I'm out here trying to just help people. Because if you help people solve their problems, your problems go away. It's the neatest little equation that ever created. But you got to share with people what you're doing, or how are they going to know? You got to talk about what you're doing. How could they ever figure out what you're about? How are we ever going to know? You don't put it out. And then here's what happens. Instead of you trying to come up with all the answers, just go find the answers. Just go find. You're not creating a business. You're finding the business that needs to be created. And then you're just going to make what people said they want you to make. You don't know the answer. You don't know anything what they want. You got to go find out what they want. Well, how do you do that? Well, where are people? They're where you're at right now. What are you doing? Just in my thoughts, and I know what I want to do. My concern is wanting to ensure each step I take is right. Well, you don't get it. You don't get to ensure that. You can't ensure that. That's like Michael Jordan saying, I would play basketball, but I will only do it if I know that I'm going to make every basket. Sounds pretty silly, doesn't it? Your mess is the reason we love you. If you were perfect, you'd be boring. If you looked like everybody else, shit, we wouldn't even know who anybody is. Wait a minute. You know, it's a pain in the ass when there's twins around. You know what I mean? You got to be careful. You told one the secret, then you tell the other one, remember that secret I told you? You just have to get it done. You can't edit nothing. So I have the desire and the work ethic and knowledge and want to make sure every dollar is used wisely. You're not going to use it wisely. You don't get better from doing everything right. How are you going to make something better if you don't find out what's wrong with it? How do you you're not going to. You're don't scare yourself from something. Be willing to do the thing. How do you keep providing enough value at $49 per month to prevent churn? How do you provide enough value each month? How do you keep coming up with things so they don't quit each month? Well, one thing that I think about is if they do quit, I better have another one coming. So that's one way I fix it. The next thing I do is this. I realize that people need coaching. I realize that people don't just figure something out. You know, trees don't pop out apples the next day. This is a process, and somebody's got to be there to help them. Churn's going to happen. People are going to quit. That's what it's called. That's why it's a word. Don't worry about that. You're worried about something that you don't need to worry about. That's going to happen for sure. You're going to fail for sure. There's not even a question about it. We can bet on it. When you say it like this, it sounds so silly to have the thoughts I do. I mean, it's true, right? And this is what, but think about this. Because of me getting out here, willing to look silly, willing to have somebody poke fun at me, which nobody has, and even if they did, it's not like I could even begin to worry about it. I have other people that I don't have time to worry about it. I'm busy. I don't have time to be depressed. I got stuff to do. You might be depressed because you're not doing anything. That's an easy thing to fix. So what are you going to do? How many days are you going to wait? How much longer? You want to wait till tomorrow? Should we wait till tomorrow, or should we start today so it happens faster? What do you think? How much longer do you want to wait? You want to wait like another week or something? You want to delay it like a week or something? How much longer do you want to think about riding the bike? There's no guarantees. There's only two guarantees. You popped out of one and you're going to die. That's it. You're alive and you're going to die. That's the only guarantees you get. That's it. And don't worry about that. Why are you worrying about that? You're using your savings to pay bills, etc., and you're single. Well, you better get your ass in gear. You better not wait around. I don't think you have a week to wait. Sitting there and thinking about it is just going to make it do nothing. You have to create something. You can't fix your problems doing no thing. You have to do something. You have to do it. That means that you should enjoy that pressure. At least you have something with a fire under your ass. You don't have a choice. That's the best position you could be in. What better of an opportunity? You don't have a choice. Best thing you could ever have happen to you. If I wait any longer, it'll never happen. Start today. Yeah, tomorrow is just always tomorrow. It's always tomorrow. Have you noticed that? It's always yesterday too. You can't hang out in tomorrow. You can't hang out in yesterday. All you can hang out in is right now. When is it ever not right now? Well, listen, I've enjoyed this. I hope it helped you. If you want more help from me, there's links up in my bios. There's, you know, where to go. Just Google make once, you'll find me. Okay. And if you have questions, you can just come over, hang out in the community. It's free. Nothing. You can quit whenever you want. You can start whenever you want. If this was helpful, I'm glad. Okay. I'll be here again tomorrow because you'll be here. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm here. Never know. So, I mean, just literally have fun. Okay. If you got to mow the yard, you might as well whistle while you do it. Right. So just listen, if you're going to do something, do it. You can tell me that you're going to do it, but that doesn't matter, does it? Okay. Just understand something. The secret to making money is helping people solve problems. So the sooner you find problems that you can solve, the sooner you can make money. All you got to do is get started. What happens if you fail? You will fail. What happens if you lose some money? You will. What happens if you shoot the ball and you miss? You should give up. That's what I would do. Just give up. That's how you make it. Isn't it amazing? You know how many people have succeeded because they quit? You should quit. The moment it gets hard, quit. That's what I would do. That's how you get to success. Right? And when it doesn't work, you should get really mad at yourself and you should take yourself out. Right? If it doesn't work, which it won't at first, how could it? You've never done it before. You haven't even practiced it to yourself. But the moment it gets hard, you should quit. The moment you mess up, you should quit. And don't start unless you know you're going to make everything right. You're going to do everything perfect. Sounds pretty silly, doesn't it? I believe in you. If I didn't believe in you, I wouldn't be here. I'm pretty sure we all put our pants on the same way today. Well, I don't know. I've tried to jump in both of them at the same time, but it's like you fall down. You have to have something holding it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's just one leg at a time, not two legs at a time. You try it though. Just have something, be by something soft. Don't be by like a shelf or something, because you'll probably bump your head if you tried both legs. One product. If you can't make one, why are you trying to make two? If you can't figure out one price, why are you trying to make three prices? If you can't get one member, why are you trying to worry about if you have 10? If you can't make one video, why are you worried about all the videos? If you can't post on one social media platform each day, why are you worried about what other one you should post on? If you can't even create a video to watch yourself, how on earth are you going to create one that other people are going to watch? And the worst way to get good at something is practicing. So I would never practice. If you can't do it right in one shot the first time, then you can't do it. Okay. You can't try again. If you don't have any money, then you just can't do it, can you? You can't post on social media for free. You can't create videos on your phone by yourself for free in your own little space. You can't do it. You can't help people. You can't figure things out and help them. You can't find questions on the internet for free, so you're toast. Just keep making excuses. It's one of the most successful things that you can ever do is just make excuses. Every excuse that you make, you should write it down and stick it on the wall and see how creative you get. Oh, wait, I used that one yesterday. And the day before, I used that other excuse. Ooh, that was a good one. What can I come up with today? Let's see. Oh, that's an opportunity. Maybe you could sell people ideas for excuses. But the best thing you can do is give up, don't practice, don't try, and just be scared of everything out there in front of you. It's the number one thing that you can do for success. It's the formula. All right. You guys are awesome. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here. Will you? Peace out.